All right. Back at it. It's Thursday night KAVA Talk on the Really Toco podcast. So we're gonna go over what happened last night. I don't know if you guys saw what happened last night. Brett Baer, he had a sit down interview with Kamala Harris, and what was crazy about it is that they right before they went live, Joe Biden went live before about 15 minutes before Brett Baer and Kamala Harris. So I don't know what's going on, if there's some in-house fighting or something going on there. But anyways, as you can see in the background here, it's Lawrence Jones. He's got President Trump. They're at the barbershop over in the Bronx. And so I'm going to play some clips from PBD. Shout out to Patrick Bet David and the PBD crew for hosting Donald Trump this morning. I kept commenting for the last couple of months, telling him, "Hey, get Trump on your podcast. Get Trump on your podcast." They kind of snuck it in there last minute, and they had Trump on there. I think it was pre-recorded from yesterday, and or I don't know when it was, but then they released it this morning. So that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna play some clips from there. But what's going on with you, T?
Nothing much. Enjoying the wind over here in California.
I can hardly hear you. To speak up a little bit into your microphone. Shana. Oh, look like something's wrong with T's microphone.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah, I was saying it's a windy night out here in California with the supermoon in the air.
What's the weather gonna be like there tomorrow?
Windy in my
Just
area.
windy, cold, chilly,
Not
hot?
cold. Not cold at all.
Man, we gotta get the weatherman to come on the live podcast.
Yeah, you got to get them on here.
He'll join us one of these days. So, what do you think? What's the news? What's your thoughts on your mind of what's going on politically or whatever's going on right now in your neck of the woods?
Well, I think Governor Newsom is probably going to have a hard time, trying to get reelected. I thought, his time would be up already, but I guess the governor probably, I don't know. I'm just thinking, maybe the governor can stay on forever as a governor, but he's going to have a hard time if he's trying to get reelected. There's a lot of people vying for his office right now here in California. So, yep. And then
who's challenging him right now in California?
So I don't know. I'm just seeing what they what he was doing a press conference yesterday, or was it the day before? But he had no ambition to try to help out Californians. He's in it for himself. Just whatever.
Well, he is related to Nancy Pelosi, so.
Well, I hear Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and them, they're all not talking to each other. I saw that on Fox this morning.
Oh, so is Gavin Newsom, is his term up?
I thought his term was up a long time ago, huh? I don't know what's going on.
I don't think so. No. Let's see.
Because remember, he wasn't, he was voted in halfway. You know, I don't know how long the governorship is, but
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. So
I just feel like he's been in office too long.
he's been a lieutenant governor from 2011 to 2019, and so he's been serving as the governor since 2019. At least that's what
So he's
it's
been what,
here.
6 years?
So it's not this year, but in 2 years. For his governor, 2019. Yeah. So yeah, they're not up for re-election yet. He was elected in 2018, so 2018. Oh wow, I think it is this year. So
I just feel like,
2018.
we need to get some more, some new faces inside in Congress here, inside the California, you know, in the House here in California and Sacramento. They need to get some new faces in there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of smart people in California that can help out and make decisions and stuff. Not just the same old people.
Yeah, so he's got 2 more years left on his or is it next year? I don't know. Whatever it is, you guys, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really hard for it's going to be tough for any Republican to come and challenge a Democrat there because of the machine that they have there in California. It's just like it's really powerful. It's almost like the one that's in Washington and what they will do to for across the whole country. So because if Kamala gets in there, it's going to be the same thing. They're going to do the same thing that they did in California and New York and
Well,
they'll,
I just
they'll
seen the polls that just came out, man. I don't see Kamala winning this thing in 2 weeks. Um, and if she does win, man, there's something wrong. But I don't
no,
see
if
it.
she wins,
A
we
lot of
know I'm going to straight up come out and say it because we know that Joe Biden didn't win that election in 2020. Show me proof. Show me the 81 million people that voted for him. I don't. Nobody voted for that guy. And what's crazy is that the polls, everything closed, and they kept counting and counting and counting. Once they closed on election day on night, when the polls offices close and they counted the tallies and everything, midnight should be the time that it's over with. That's it. No more. But
the problem is that the Republicans inside the House and in the Senate, they don't know how to work together, you know, and they they let the Democrats, just go at it, make the new rules and all that stuff, and it's nobody's fault but the guys that's inside the Senate and the House. It's their fault, you know.
yeah,
So you know they need to get their act together. You know, the people of the United States are waking up. You know, colored folks are waking up. Some white people are waking up. but mostly the pot's been stirred, and and a lot of people is waking up. And if they want to be in their seat in the next couple of years, they better start doing their work. Because we know that this country is like a business. And that's why Donald Trump is good for this company, for this United States, because he runs it as a business. And
No,
then
it's true.
yeah.
So here's a question that PBD asked Donald Trump, and I'm going to show the clip here in a little bit. He asked Donald Trump, "Who's the most powerful person? Who's the one that actually is running the country?" And so, who do you think it is? Before I show the clip.
Right now,
Yeah,
probably Obama.
Obama.
Yeah, he's running in the shadows.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what Trump says.
All right,
I didn't get to this part right here. I watched it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on here.
You get in. When you work for a new company, you get a job, you go to HR. And then when you work for the company, that's a big company. Let's just say they got 100,000 employees. Let's say you're working for an IBM. Let's say you're working for Boeing, hundreds of thousands of employees. You're going to kind of find out who the manipulators are. You're going to find out who the power players are. You're going to find out who the E.F. Hutton is. You're going to find out who the guy that get the job done, the guy that even though you replace him, he left.
What happened?
I had to do something real quick. My screen wasn't sharing the right way, so technical difficulties. All right, I'm gonna pop it up here.
People are still talking to the guy because maybe they want you to fail, so they're still, all this stuff that happens, right?
100%.
When you went in, day one, you're a president. How did you decipher between knowing who were really the power players, who were the manipulators, who were the ones that would threaten behind closed doors? How did you go through that process when you first got in?
So my problem was I was in Washington. They say the fake news said this, but let's assume it's true for a change. 17 times. I was there 17 times. I never stayed over. So I was
For a little bit more. See if I can find
of sick people, not stupid people either, by the way. A lot of that's people that have been there. And then there's some bad guys. There's some bad people.
I never thought you had power. Who actually has
the
power?
most powerful person by far? The president. Power over everybody. Power. The power is enormous.
Most people don't believe that.
It is. But there is a sort of a deep state. And a lot of that's people that have been there. And then there's some bad guys. There's some bad people.
All right, so what do you think about that? Like what Trump said there.
Well, I didn't hear, what he said. Who's the most powerful person? All I heard was the deep state.
Well, he said the most powerful person is the president. The president is the most powerful person. That's what he said. And then he went on to say, because PBD pressed him, and shout out to PBD. Just make sure that they know we're using this clip as part of our podcast here. So he's saying that there's a lot of bad actors that are. It's like a correlation of a group of people that is that like Joe Biden and Kamala and everybody's listening to, or taking, who's doing they have to do their bidding for them. So it's like this. Nancy Pelosi, we know that Nancy Pelosi is behind most of the stuff that's happening right now, where Joe Biden had to step down, and Kamala is in there because of that, because of Nancy Pelosi and the powers that be behind them. So that's who I think it is. But he says that Adam Schiff, really bad guy. We know who he is. He comes from California.
Yep.
That guy is terrible. He's the biggest liar there is. The Russian collusion, everything happened because of that guy. The Russian collusion came about because of Shifty Schiff. And then all 4 years of Trump's presidency, he had to deal with these people, with all of them, with Shifty Schiff. Who's there? The other, well, Nancy Pelosi. Who's the other guy that
Pocahontas.
Swalwell. Oh my gosh, that guy Swalwell. Swell. Who else? Who else is in there? Chuck Schumer. In the House, there was what's that lame duck from New York. So it's like people like that, deep state. We can talk about this kind of stuff because in the Book of Mormon we had these actors, these people who are going after and killing, not just killing but destroying and putting people in prison who were against the government, against the deep state, and it happened in the Book of Mormon. Glenn Beck on Sunday, he talked about that the Book of Mormon was written for our time. And if we read it carefully, we will see what's happening. And it's exactly happening as it was laid out in the Book of Mormon. So powerful people get in government, they want to stay in power, and they do exactly what was done to the people that they talk about in the Book of Mormon, where they set up to destroy the people in power or those who were righteous. And they do this because they want to obtain power, keep power, and be able to do the things that are really evil. And that's what's happening.
Well, I think the most important thing that people need to understand is that the Constitution is a living, breathing piece of paper, and it can also be killed. Anything that lives can be killed, and so people need to understand that the Constitution is what makes them free. And right now, I feel like they the Democrats in office are trying their best to just burn the Constitution up. They might not be saying that out loud, but hey, you should just look at what they're doing, and like I said before, come on, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, let's stop voting party and vote for somebody that can really make a difference. Stop voting color, stop voting black and white, blue and green. I mean, we're all in this together. If the country blows up, we're all gonna blow up with it. And there's people out there, there's other countries out there that's waiting, just waiting in line. They're like, man, once the United States explodes, we're next. We're gonna be the one. So just a reminder to people how important your vote is.
Ready? You have the cameras rolling?
No, that's really true. It's what's even what's really bad right now is that that people are so easily manipulated to think otherwise. think not to think for themselves, but to really go upon like what people are talking about.
I know, they're like, it's like a lost, it's like a whole bunch of sheeps, right? They got one black sheep, and then, all the white sheeps are like, oh, let's go follow that guy right there. He looks, muscular, and, he knows what he's doing. And then that black sheep goes and jumps off the cliff because he wants to go swimming. So they all just jump off with him, not knowing they're about to all drown.
So I'm gonna play this clip right here from the other night. From last night of Kamala Harris and Brett Baer. But just look at the beginning of this. So I didn't even catch it because I had this on. See that?
Yeah.
That was Biden actually speaking before Kamala Harris. So, which is crazy that he did that to I don't know, mess her up because she knew she was going to have an interview. But
probably, you know what? Probably not. He's probably trying to.
I think he did it on purpose. I think it was intentional.
Yeah, I think he was just doing it because he knows that she was going to mess up.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you think it was intentional or not. So I'm going to scribble forward to right here. Okay, so pretty much Kamala Harris.
Solution, Brett.
Madam Vice President, it was a policy.
So they're talking about the policies that happened, and Brett Baer pressed her on this because he asked her. He said, "Should you apologize?" There was the young 12-year-old girl that got killed. Her mom went and spoke in front of Congress and directly pointed this out. So let me play it.
Decision in the early part of your administration. I will let one of the mothers talk about it. Take a listen.
Because of the Biden-Harris administration open border policies catch and release, they were enrolled in the Alternatives to Detention program. This meant that they were released into the United States. It was not even a full 3 weeks later that they would take my daughter, Jocelyn Nungare's life. I believe the Biden-Harris administration open border policies are responsible for the death of my daughter.
That's the early days. So do you
And listen to what she says in response to this when Brett Baer asked her about apologizing to the mom or to the families that were killed by these illegals that came in illegally.
them an apology is what I'm saying.
I will tell you that I am so sorry for her loss. I'm so sorry for her loss. Sincerely. But let's talk about what is happening right now with an individual who does not want to participate in solutions. Let's talk about that as well.
But do you want to answer
in all fairness, I told you, I feel awful for what she and her family have experienced.
During that time, you said repeatedly that the border was secure. When in your mind did it start becoming a crisis?
I think we've had a broken immigration system transcending, by the way, Donald Trump's administration even before.
And she still didn't apologize. She just wants to make everything about Donald Trump, like all of them do. That's all they have, is trying to make everything is about Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump wasn't in office when you guys let people in. You guys, when she got in, she took away all the border policies that Trump had. And one of those policies that remain in Mexico is the reason why this young girl, Jocelyn, died from those illegal immigrants.
Yeah. I just feel like, they're just trying to run away from responsibility. She is just dodging the questions or trying to dodge the questions by just trying to, go around Brett Baer's questions and stuff. But I believe that, I think Brett Baer did a good job.
Oh, yeah. He did a phenomenal job because um, he pressed her. But see, here's the thing. They were supposed to be 60 minutes. They were supposed to have 60 minutes. She was late 20 minutes. They told him that they were only going to have 30 minutes. So he's trying to hurry up and get some of these questions out.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
Of course, they did it on purpose because she cannot last a whole full hour. There's no way she can last a full hour on questioning.
Well,
No way.
you know those microphone earrings she got on, right?
Well, not only that, Brett Baer, when he was kept saying, "Oh, I'm being pressed really hard right now," is because the people that were behind, out of the way, but behind where she was at, her staff were telling him, "Cut off, cut off! We're done here. We're done. Cut off, we're done." So, oh man, then you see Trump, big difference, contrast of difference
Well,
between
you
Trump and
just,
her.
you can just
Trump
tell,
goes on Univision. He's
tell
standing there doing a town hall.
you can just tell everything is turning. Like it's going from where her ratings is going down and Trump's rating is going it's going up and up, and then the polls show it. The polls show the difference between the two people that's running for the White House, and you know people people in the United States, wake up. Come on.
I think the turnout's going to be huge for Trump this time around, and I don't think that the machines are going to
Well,
be
they're trying to,
capable enough.
everybody that voted for Trump feels that, they did them wrong the last time. A lot of people that voted for him feel like they did them wrong. So they're going to come out, you know, they're all
Well,
going to,
it's a, what's crazy is they're running on Trump's rhetoric. He said this, he said that.
ain't
Man,
nobody,
it
look,
sounds like high school.
Rick,
Yeah, it
we can't,
sounds like the media is doing exactly what they did back in high school. You
yeah,
know?
we don't care about rhetoric. Like that old saying goes, stick and stone might break my bone, but, words won't hurt me, you know.
Yeah.
You got all these people, talking about, oh, I'm hurt. You hurt me with your words. Come on, man. Really? You know, I grew up in we grew up in the 80s and 90s. Nothing hurt. You fell off a bike, you get stitches. Oh my goodness. Fell off a bike, get get stitches. I got stitches everywhere. You know, Nothing's supposed to hurt me anymore. But words, come on, man. Words not gonna change anything, you know. But the president, he needs to, all presidents need to do work. Yep.
Yeah. So, well, let's move on from the whole political stuff. Just the KAVA Talk. How is those Sacramento Kings doing?
Well, they're not doing too good, but it's just they're just I haven't watched a couple of the Kings games ever since I went to the Kings games the other day. So I've been busy. Um, but I have a feeling that they're gonna do really good once the season really starts. They're gonna do really good.
They should have a really good team with DeMar DeRozan
Man,
playing
that
for them.
man, that guy is good. That guy, man, I don't know how he puts up all those little shots and makes them and stuff, but man, and you know what? Seeing him live, he's not small. He's actually a big dude.
All those guys are big. They're like all 6'5", 6'7", 6'8" guys. Of course, they're gonna be. They're not small. Once you're over 6 foot, you're not a small human being. There's just no ifs and buts about it. They're just big dudes once you're that tall. They might be skinny and everything, but they're still big.
I
They're
want to
still.
go Kings in San Antonio. I want to see how tall that one kid is. What is he, about 8 foot?
Oh, he's 6'4". I mean 7'4", 7'4".
7'4".
Yeah. You talking about Wemby?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 7'4". Who else is there? Now,
I remember I saw Mutombo one time. My goodness, that dude was tall.
once those all of those guys are
You know
tall.
what? I saw him walking at Arden Mall when I was younger. Man, that dude was.
Well, me and B Money, we were at a club over there in Rockland, and this is Paige's first year. This is how long ago this is. Paige's first year. Paige and his brother were standing in front of me, and I was like, "What's up, Stojakovic?" And he turned around, was like, "Ooh," he didn't even know how to speak English at all. He was like, "Ooh." I was like, "All right." So dabbed it up. I was like, "Man, this guy is tall." Peja was 6'10", 6 feet 10 inches. That's how tall he was.
Yeah.
And his brother was at least 6'8". So,
Wow.
anyways, the Peja, he can light it up shooting and everything. So he's tall. You know who was tall too? Bobby Jackson in real life, in person. He's what, 6'2", 6'3"? He's still tall.
I know. They look normal when they're on TV and stuff, but
On TV, they look short compared to everybody else, but man, in real life, these guys they're tall. So yeah, but because they're playing against other players that are
the same
6'4", 6'5", and up. So I mean, Chris Webber, he says he's 6'10", but he was at least an inch taller than Peja. But when I met Lottie Divac, he's a true 7'1" guy. So, and I can't forget to mention all-time receiver there, San Francisco 49ers, T.O. Met him at Peja. We were playing pool and stuff. I mean, at Lottie's little grill and stuff over there downtown that he had. So, man, T.O., my hand is pretty big. But it wasn't as big as T.O.'s big old mitts, man. That guy, his hand was like mitts. And I was like, man, that's why you can catch footballs like that. He's like, yep, that's why. So, yep. So the Niners, what do you think is going to happen with the Niners and the Chiefs coming up this Sunday?
I don't know. I think the Niners I think they're gonna roll on the Chiefs. I think they're gonna roll on them because you know what? Just that one win over Seattle, they're gonna roll on them.
I have my doubts. Too many people are hurt on that team right now. So
Yeah, but all the young guys, you know, they're showing that they got some grit. You know, they're showing that they can do it. You know.
well, there's a lot of players that are hurt. So and the defense, they play pretty strong, but man,
We
there's
gotta
just too
look at
many
it,
people.
you know, you know, this is football, you know. You gotta look at it like, hey, you know,
No, they got to look at it. Those
yeah,
players got to look at it. They got to
that's
be
what
the
I'm saying.
ones to be like, hey,
They gotta look at it and be like, hey man, we're getting paid hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars to play this game. So let's get out there and show them what we got. We just didn't get picked up for nothing.
Well, that's the thing. Like in life, everybody's gotta, hey, what you're given, you gotta take it and go with it. You gotta play. I mean, look at Brock Purdy, and oh yeah, this is the other thing that I had. Um, Donald Trump commented on Brock Purdy. 6th round or seventh, the last pick in the draft, the very last pick in the draft, and look what he's done in the NFL in 3 years. Look what he's done. I mean, when I didn't really give him a chance. You can go back and look at it on my Big Mac Sports channel when I was doing all the 49er stuff. I didn't really give him a chance because they didn't know who he was. Everybody was for Trey Lance and everything. So same thing. Like, man, Trump gave a shout out to Brock Purdy. So he's a really good. Everybody right now agrees that Brock Purdy's an elite quarterback.
That guy's good, man.
He's really good. He might not have the strongest arm, but he does still throw a good freaking deep ball. He still does.
He throws it short. He knows where he's gonna go, and his hands throw those balls just to where it's supposed to be at. It's up to the guys that's gonna catch the ball to go get it.
Yeah, so Brock Purdy to me, he's like just a little bit bigger, beefier Drew Brees, but he can run too. So,
well, how old is Brock Purdy? Like what, 26?
I don't know. He's like I think he's only 23.
23?
Yeah, 23 or 24. He's still young. He's not that much older than.
I know with that kind of talent though, he's man.
Yeah.
The roof is going to be on fire once next year and this year or whatever year. I don't care. He's already good enough to be in the NFL. He played in the Super Bowl. Man, that guy's good, man. A lot of people.
Brock Purdy's good. We just need a lot of people to stop dropping passes
around him and stuff. But you know what? Nah. Without him getting the ball to them, they wouldn't be good. Everything starts with the center, and then the quarterback, and then that's it. Everybody else is gonna get fed if they be at the right place at the right time.
Oh man. So from football, let's see who's playing today. Somebody's playing today. The Broncos. Oh man, they freaking destroyed the Saints, 33-10.
Oh.
Oh shoot. And other news, baseball. Let's see. We got the Clippers and the Kings are playing in a little bit, huh?
Right now?
Yeah. Let's see. Who won those games? Go through the scores here. Well, yeah, the Clippers are spanking the Sacramento Kings 58-36 in the second quarter. BYU will be playing Oklahoma State on Saturday or tomorrow at 8:15 on Friday. And then Sunday at 2:25, the Chiefs take on the 49ers. So let's see. It looks like the Dodgers are clobbering the Mets 10-2. The Guardians, who are the Guardians? The heck? 7-5, they beat the Yankees. The New York Yankees. So, yep. Who cares about hockey? Nobody cares about no hockey. Okay, so if you guys missed it in the first part of our podcast, we were talking about Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Got into some sports and everything right now. And we're going to play a song because this is KAVA Talk. You know, KAVA Talk, when you go sit around the Fight KAVA and you clap, 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 and you drink some KAVA, things like that. So, gonna go over here and add this to the screen. This might be T's favorite song. Shout out to Josh Satofi and the boys from Hawaii. If you guys haven't heard this song, now you're gonna hear it.
I was wondering, what is on your mind? I'm just waiting for you to tell me, baby.
Oh, Yahweh.
Even my bed here they are, so I know I'm on your mind. Bell to microphone, where do we go? Get one more in one more time.
Ipalang ikaw na, guys.
I've been waiting for your touch so very much that I know when you're around me. The way you make me feel, the way your love is real. Oh no, no, my darling, me, my darling. It touched my bed, so I know that I got you, baby. Oh, and your love is since the day I found you. Man, I do it my bed.
Mahalo, good na, gimea na, eh?
Over and over.
Chop, chop, chop. Ay, porque tú haces. Oh man, this is what happened when you go fight KAVA.
No, that's what happened at the Young Tiger Club.
Oh, the young tigers, not young tigers anymore. They're really old freaking tigers now.
Uh,
Well, there's since we're doing KAVA Talk, let's talk a little bit about the let me move my screen here. What do you know about the flat earthers, T?
man, I wish it was a flat Earth, but it's not. You know, there's everything. For me, you know, I believe in God, right? So God makes everything that's impossible possible. Like the fact that we are on a round ball full of water spinning in outer space, you know, and there's no water going anywhere. So I say, you know, God makes the impossible possible. You know, it doesn't have to be flat. You know, if you wanted the Earth to be a pyramid, it would be a pyramid. Uh, you know, I just feel like, you know, a lot of people are, you know, looking at it, you know, because they can't get to outer space. You know, we have satellites out there that can see the whole Earth. You know, maybe not even see the whole Earth,
But can that be manipulated? That's the thing.
it can. It can. You know, I don't think Elon Musk is gonna manipulate it. He don't care. You know.
Well, Elon, he believes definitely that there were people on the moon with the technology that they had back then. I'm a little skeptical about that, but I mean, Elon, he's a genius, very smart guy. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. This the whole flat earther thing is kind of crazy. I got it pulled up here and some pictures of how they have it. But if it was a flat Earth, how do you?
The Earth would be. The Earth would have to be so huge to be a flat Earth. Huge. You know.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. I don't know.
And then, you know, they would have to have something to block all the water, which is, they got it to be the ice wall all the way around, you know, and sometimes I was like, man, you know, I don't see any flights going from California to China straight across from, you know, on the other side of Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Why is
Yeah,
that?
it's
Why
just
don't they
crazy
just
to think
go?
about.
Why don't they just go to Hawaii and then Hawaii to China?
Who knows? Who knows? It's just crazy to me that there's because there's a sphere. We know that Just what they've been telling us for the longest time. There's a sphere, and we live inside that sphere. The sun.
The only reason why the people back in those early days say it's a sphere is because they look at the sun, the moon, and the other planets that run around us, and they, even though they couldn't see the planet, but they just see something shining out there, and they were all round, So the problem is with me is, I just believe that it's a sphere.
Well, me too, because when we're up on the airplane and we're looking out in the window, especially if you're in the ocean, it looks like you can see the curvature there. So, yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. It's interesting because I know I'm going to have in one of the streams that I will do, one of the podcasts that I will do, I will have a lady who's a hypnotist and her husband. They're flat earthers, so they'll come on. They'll come on and talk about that stuff. They're all into that kind of stuff. So they're really flat earthers. They believe in it, just like the guy, a UFC guy. He's also the same. And Patrick Bet-David had him on. But there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of things that are interesting, especially that Ben Carson guy. Not the Carlson, Ben Carlson. He talks about UFOs and stuff like that. So I plan on getting some people on here that have thoughts and ideas. I didn't even know that they had a club of people that talk about their Mars people. There's a club that they're people that talk all about Mars and getting to Mars, and also the multiverse. So it's pretty crazy, but that's pretty cool. I mean, tonight is KAVA Talk, and this is how we talk at the KAVA Talk.
Yeah.
Just talk about different things, So, all right, we've gone 53 minutes. Better let you. You got to work tomorrow?
Who, me? No. No. I went to today. I went to Fort Bragg. And, 5-hour trip there, and then trip back. I left last night, so man, it's beautiful out there.
California is a beautiful state.
I took some videos. Yeah, I was standing on on Highway 1, and you can actually, where I was standing at, you can actually see the curve of California all the way around. I know that's far reaching. I can see, like, from where I was at almost to, I would like to say, where the Golden Gate is. But, when you look north, you can see almost to Crescent City. Anyways, yeah, it was beautiful out there today. It's kind of windy, but it wasn't too cold. And then they were doing a project on Highway 1 on the freeway where it's called Port. If you've ever been to California on Highway 1, there's this rock that's
Yep. With that, California is beautiful, beautiful state. I live in the state of Utah. It's a beautiful state here, and all across the whole country. There's just a lot of beauty in the U.S., all around the world. So with that, we're going to end our stream today. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like and subscribe button to the Really Toco podcast. With that, we're out.
Right.